drop in with those of you who are going through the Own Your Fire 40-day community Panchakarma experience. I just had a really wonderful first day, so much coming through already. This neti pot video, as much as I want to do it, it's just not in the flow of what's coming forward right now. There's just so much coming in about nurturing really deeply, resting really deeply, listening really deeply. And, I never know what's going to come when I do these things. I just have to kind of flow in the moment. And I feel like, it's okay. It's okay. If you don't know how to use Neti Pot, it's okay this time around. Um, you can always get, what you need by just pouring a little warm, like sesame oil in the palm of your hand, like a very small amount, like maybe, half a teaspoon. Okay. And just simply just breathing it up into your sinuses, kind of massaging it in a little bit, that'll really help lubricate the sinus passages and can be very beneficial. I'll get into neti pot and a very specific neti pot with pranayama practice as we go deeper into this journey. I feel like it'll actually fit um, better in the second half of our work that we'll be doing. And right now, with the focus on the psoas, everything else that we're bringing in, it feels really good. And I stayed off of social media today, just, been doing a little recording here this evening for Broad Coven and dropping in with all of you. But that feels good, because it allows me to stay connected to my spirit and just flowing with the energy, not getting distracted by anything going on, you know, in the rest of the world. It feels really good to sort of take this time to drop in really deep, to listen to my body. And I hope you're having that experience too. So I wanted to talk about what I'm going to bring in instead, because this is really what came forward. I wanted to give you a general recipe for a bath to give yourself tomorrow night with that growing full moon. We got the full moon in Pisces coming in, and it's very much this spiritual cleansing energy. And so it's just so perfect, so in alignment to support this letting go process, this release process, to work with the energy of that full moon with a bath. And if you do not have a bath, that's totally okay. Actually, for this bath, you can do it a very traditional way, and it doesn't require you to have a bath at all. As long as you got a shower stall, you will be all good. So I just wanted to give some support and talk to you about how you can give yourself a white bath and what a white bath is. So a white bath is a beautiful road opener. It's first of all a purification bath. Okay, so you're really cleansing away the old energy. It's like it gives you a very clean slate to work with. It's um, about shedding anything that you are ready to leave behind, anything that has been holding you back, any sense of limitation, whether that's within or without, anything that remains unhealed, anything that has you kind of stuck in an emotional holding pattern, those things that keep us at the crossroads. Okay, that's what a white bath is really good for. It goes in and it cleanses the energy, and then after it cleanses the energy, it brings in blessing energy from spirit above. And when I think of a white bath, I really have this firm visualization in my mind of that Ace of Cups, that traditional Ace of Cups image in the tarot, where it's like the spirit descending down to fill the cup, and the cup is so full it overflows, and it's this inexhaustible source of nourishment, um, and nurturance, of beauty and growth, and it comes directly from that connection to spirit. And so a white bath can also be a very, very much a dedication bath to making that space, making that time to stay connected to your spirit, to stay connected to your relationship with your spirituality, to staying connected to Goddess, God, uh, Mother Nature, your higher consciousness, just life itself. Or even as we talked before about the energy of love, just simply the energy of love. Um, it can be a really beautiful way to dedicate yourself to continue to do that work, to continue to walk the path with heart, you know, choose the path with heart. So this is really coming forward front and center. And I thought it would be really excellent to bring in working with that full moon energy. It's just so perfect. It's like there's so much light coming in with this moon, even though there's a like this difficult astrological climate. It just depends, you know. It's like if you stay on the surface with this full moon energy, yeah, you're going to get caught in the cross currents. You're going to be dealing with, you know, riding out those waves. It's going to be a little tumultuous at times, but if you're able to dive deep, you're going to really get the medicine that this current lunar cycle has to offer, and especially with what that Pisces, you know, full moon is bringing in. So dive deep, receive this replenishment that comes from going right down into the depths of it all, and watch what transforms. Watch what transforms in that space. So the full moon is actually coming in the small hours on Saturday. It's something like after 5 a.m. On Saturday morning for the East Coast, and it will be you know, just after 2 a.m. on the West Coast. So you're really looking more at like getting your things together tomorrow and doing this bath tomorrow night. And it's nothing complicated. It will be very easy for you to pull together. Most of these things are things you have on hand. But a white bath is when you gather together um, any number of white ingredients, but it is kind of traditional to work with 5 or 7 or 9 different items. Okay, you can lean into what feels right for you. Um, and with this white bath, what you want to do is gather together, depending on whether you're working with 5 or 7 or 9. I usually work with 5 because it's kind of a fixing number. Um, it really sets the work. Also, it's supportive through change, and that's what, you know, you're looking to do. You're looking to move the obstacles and open your road before you, so you can be purified of the old story and step into the new. So I think 5 is a really good starting point, just to put that out there. But you know, you can go with what feels right to you. And you'd want to get 5 white items. So you get maybe some sea salt, and you could get some sugar, and you could get some coconut milk, and you could get some cream. And a lot of times people will even put in vanilla, you know, um, even though it's not technically white, but the flowers on vanilla are white. So maybe that's where they get that from. But I think people think of vanilla flavor and they think white. So a lot of times people will put vanilla in there. But you could do white rose petals, white rose essence, you know. You can get creative. You can work with what you got. You could put, you know, some cream in there. Like you can make it as luxurious as you want. And you put all of it into like a nice basin, okay, if you're doing it in a shower stall. Otherwise, you can mix it all together and you can just pour it directly into a bath and soak in the bath and make sure you're like dunking your head under and just really getting totally purified and cleansed in this bath. You could even put like some crystals in the tub with you, maybe some clear quartz, some rose quartz, you know, whatever you feel drawn to. just to help bring that energy in that's holding your intention. Maybe charge up those crystals, first holding them in your hands and putting your intention into it. Make it a really special experience. Have some candles going, have some incense going, make it a real dedication that I'm ready to let go and I'm ready to step into the new, and I'm ready to receive the blessing of having these obstacles cleared from my road so I can move forward uninhibited and step into where my spirit's calling me right now. Okay. And that would be very, very beautiful, very beautiful. And then what you do if you're in a shower stall, if you don't have access to a tub, is you simply put your basin of water at the bottom of the shower stall. And this is a very traditional way to do it, actually. And you can just scoop some of it up in your hands, kind of wash it up your body first, okay? Washing it up your body. And you can do this numerous times until you can kind of like get it all over your body, even, up onto the head, everywhere, from your feet all the way up, okay? And this is like just sort of offering up everything you want to be cleansed of, everything that you want to be purified of. You're offering it up to spirit. You're offering it up as above, cleanse me, bring your healing down into me. Bring that mama's milk down into me from below, from above. Cleanse me, help me, really release this so I can step into my new path. Holding this energy, holding this space. Okay, so you wash it up the body first, and then you take the remainder that you have left and you dump it over your head and let it wash over your body. And that's like kind of the blessing that, clears you, purifies you, opens up your road. Now, here's the thing with doing a white bath. You do not want to rinse off with water afterwards. Okay, so whether you're soaking in the tub or whether you go full on, okay, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to go full on. I'm going to go full on. All right. So it's up to you. It's up to you how you want to work with it. But I really like doing it kind of that traditional way. It really speaks to me. And there's just something about it. There's something about it. So after you do either your bath or, doing it in a shower stall, washing it up your body and then dunking the remainder over the top of your head, you want to just pat yourself dry. Okay. You're not going to rinse off. You're going to leave it on overnight. You can pat yourself dry, and then you want to wear all white. All white. It's nice if you can even put your head up, in some kind of cloth, but you want all white. And the white symbolizes like that light coming in, and the white symbolizes the purification, and the white symbolizes like being born anew into the new path. Okay, so this is a real beautiful blessing path, and it's part of Panchakarma that we bring that spiritual essence in. So this is what I have for you to bring in with the full moon. All right, so gather your items together, get creative, think about the items as you're putting them in. What do they symbolize to you? What are you calling in? What does that sugar, symbolize to you? Is it the sweetness of life? Is it the sweetness to come in and temper what is bitter? Think of the things that make you feel that sweetness inside. Is it to be at peace with your kapha? Just really get in touch with the different elements of the bath that you're bringing in. Let it all be very symbolic, and let it come from your heart, and speak in your own words as you're doing your bath and you're offering up what you need to release, and speak in your own words from your heart, what you're calling in, what you're needing to be nurtured, by that spiritual partnership. And it's a very beautiful practice, beautiful, beautiful energy. Okay. So I wanted to share that with you. And then I also tonight wanted to bring in another one of those white light oracle healing journeys. Okay. And I'm going to just do the bibliomancy and pick a random page, and we'll see what we're needing to bring in. But I wanted something that was just sort of relaxing and would help us drop in as we prepare to do this bath, this cleansing, and we're continuing forward with all this work we're doing with our Panchakarma. Got the white light oracle. I chose a very, strange light tonight. It doesn't have really good visibility, but it's kind of like water, right? You know, it has that kind of fluid quality. So let's see here. Just calling on spirit to give the collective that is tuning in for this a healing practice on this day that will help us move into what needs to be released, what needs to be purified, and welcoming in what serves us on the road ahead, the new path, the new chapter that is opening in our lives now. Open right to a healing process. Every time I've done this, I open right to the page that has the healing process on it, which is really kind of funny to me because the odds of that are actually not too typical. All this is very interesting because we're moving into doing like more of that kind of cord cutting work, right? That we talked about, the extraction work, the trauma release work, and this is a card that came up for us in the beginning of our journey. Okay, remember releasing the attachments, the solve polluti, 741 hertz. Okay, so that 741 hertz is a detoxification frequency. It supports the detoxification process. So I am really getting that, building up to this full moon, make sure that you're having this 741 hertz playing for you. You can just have it playing in the background as you go about, your usual day-to-day activities, and it has an effect. It really does. And so there's something about this frequency coming in to support our detoxification process. But I'm going to read Alana Fairchild's meaning for this card because I think it's beautiful just to let her interpretation come through what inspired her to create that art, especially since I don't normally bring in the piece from the books. It's nice to hear what the artist's initial vision was. So the message of this card is tune into your heart and you will be able to find your way through any negative or toxic situation. Engage in self-healing and space clearing. Commit to regular practices that help you connect to your inner light. Your light shall not be overcome by any darkness or negativity. Take time to clean your heart and mind of negativity by focusing on the divine beings that bring joy to your heart. It is appropriate for you to desire your own personal and sacred space and access it daily. This is so perfect for that to come up for Panchakarma and also for this, white bath, this white bath puja that we're bringing in for the full moon. I just love that. So I'm going to go ahead and read the healing process to you now. You can just settle in, drop in for a moment and receive. Just take a few deep breaths coming into your belly, letting that lower belly expand, rise and fall like a wave. That beautiful cleansing prana just flowing in and out, ebbing and flowing over the shores of your inner being, moving in harmony with that water element energy we have coming in with this Pisces full moon. Allowing anything that was on your mind or on your heart in your space before you arrived here to just simply fall away. Bring your awareness into the present moment as you ground yourself by feeling your feet connecting to the earth. Let there be a feeling of pleasant heaviness as your feet pull the energy down from your heart and toward the earth. It is as if the feet can discharge unwanted energies, which the Earth Mother, with her alchemical skill of transmutation, can utilize as fertilizer for new life. Place a hand over your heart. Feel your connection with yourself, with the light within, with the spiritual vastness that is the light within your heart. See, imagine, feel, or intend that the heart connection to the spiritual light is becoming stronger and more powerful as you gently tune your awareness to it. If you can relax and allow it, that intelligence, inner light, will begin to clear, cleanse, heal, renew, and protect you from within yourselves. It will move out into all aspects of your life. You may feel this at a subtle level, that even if you feel nothing, you can trust it is happening anyway. You can further empower your process with this prayer. I call upon the pure white light for cleansing, realignment, renewal, and protection now. May I be protected from all negativities, purged from all malignant energies, and held in the sanctity of the light in all dimensions of my being. I shed and release that which obstructs my luminous and true nature through divine mercy and grace for the spiritual benefit of all beings. So be it. When you are ready, ground yourself and hydrate well. You have completed your healing process. And it's so funny because as I was reading it, I realized this is the exact healing journey that came up last time. So now we have 2 recordings of this on the channel. Only the other one didn't have a white bath. So it's so interesting, the synchronicity and the way that things build. And I'm really getting it would be lovely to combine the 2 practices. So as you're doing your white bath, you can have that 741 hertz frequency going. You can bring in that visualization, of building the light. And as you wash the, water down over your body, especially if you're doing it standing in the shower stall, you can envision it carrying that light you build, in your heart down to the earth. Like feel that connection, the way that water, that wave, that energy like purifies and connects and nourishes the earth beneath. And I love the idea of like pairing those 2 practices with the bath. If you're soaking in a tub, you can simply just do the visualization, do the visualization. It could be really, really potent, really potent. So interesting the way that came in. I didn't expect that. I think that's kind of wild. It almost makes me want to just, for the heck of it, just do a cut of the deck, get kind of a different message coming in too. I don't know. I feel compelled to do that. So I'm going to do that. Just one. Let's just see what we get. Are you kidding me? I just did a reading where I was talking about Sophia energy coming in. And here is perfume of Sophia. Okay, so we definitely have, divine feminine activation going on here. And let me tell you, we're all reflections of divine feminine. Let's get out of this mindset of only some people are divine feminine and the rest are karmics. It's simply not true. All are reflections of one energy. Macrocosm is reflected in microcosm. It's all one energy. We're all on the same trip, okay? We're all on the same trip. Some of us are at different stages of our evolution process, our healing process. We have to respect the path of others. Yes, sometimes people really struggle. Sometimes people have their demons that they're fighting. Sometimes people are ensnared by addiction. They're trapped in, lower vibrational energies. They're trapped by the traumas of their past, and so much so that they've become too strongly identified with them, and that has them acting out in unhealthy ways. It does not mean that there is not that essence in that being, just because they are struggling, just because they haven't found their way to healing. There's this need to get out of this mindset of, um, I'm better than, I'm higher than, I'm more than. These are actually really shadow aspects, right? This superiority complex, this narcissistic mentality that you're somehow better than somebody else or more evolved spiritually than another, or you've somehow mastered your healing process than another individual. Like, we should all want to support healing, everyone's healing. And that doesn't come through shaming, it comes through washing those energies clean. And so I ask you, if you are somebody that maybe if you have been struggling with this idea where you've taken on these projections, you've taken on these labels that are just being thrown around so loosely nowadays, if you have maybe taken on this label of I'm just a karmic, or I'm toxic, or I got such unhealthy patterns, or I'm really stuck, or I wish I was more spiritual, or any of this bullshit. Okay. I think it's so essential that you allow this, bath to wash you clear of any kind of projections you've taken on that somehow have convinced you that you don't have direct access to spirit, that you don't have direct access to that, heart, that heart of divinity, which is just that one energy that runs through everything. And it's in you. It's in you too. And you can't heal and you can't recognize that and you can't evolve and you can't get beyond that until you can come to the place where you can recognize that, yes, that's within me too. It's so essential. So there's something about this, allowing this awareness of your divinity, allowing the awareness of that divine feminine energy, that goddess energy within you. This applies whether you're a man or a woman or however you identify. Again, it's all one energy. It's all one energy. It's the part of you that knows how to love, but is also strong in that love, that understands the strength in yielding, the courage it takes to be vulnerable, to be receptive, to open oneself, to let go, to allow yourself to be held. Beautiful, beautiful energy. So, roses, I'm really feeling this rose energy. If you can bring in some roses into your white bath, I think it would be really beautiful. White roses will really connect you with that Sophia energy, and just open yourself to that possibility, even if it's something that you have a hard time seeing in yourself right now, that you too, you too are divine. You too are divine. And I don't know why that wants to come through, but I feel like there's a lot of like programming in the matrix, man. Where so loosely, without somebody taking a walk a mile in somebody else's shoes, they're so quick to condemn them, like they're on their high horse looking down at this person like, oh, you're toxic, oh, you're karmic, blah blah blah. Like, I don't know. I see that lately, and I just feel like it creates so much division. It's so much like it's almost becoming like this mean girl mentality, only it's like the spiritual mean girls. You can't sit at our table. You're karmic. Oh my God. It's just really kind of base if you think about it. It's kind of grandiose. Let me tell you, man, none of us really know shit. We're all doing the best we can, fumbling our way through this life. We all got our wounds. Some of us are able to hold space for them better than others. Some of us feel more challenged. And, there's always somebody who's got it more together than we do. All right. So it's not about contrast and compare. It's not about bringing competitiveness into the spiritual realm. It's about respecting that we each have our own journey. And, you may not understand the way somebody moves. You may not understand the things they're grappling with. And yeah, maybe they are really fucking up. Maybe they're having a hard time. Maybe they're blowing it, their whole life is, going up in flames, and they're really having a rough go of it. You know, you haven't been in their life. You haven't been in their position. You haven't. As as much as you like to think you've had a similar experience, you're still not them. You don't know how they're interpreting their experience or what's coming up inside of them. So, I don't know. There's this interesting piece coming through about, part of being on the path of transforming yourself, of working with this alchemy of the soul, is also to be able to stay connected to your humanity. It's kind of like that know your place energy, stay connected to your humanity, and walk the road with humbleness in your heart and gratitude and compassion, you know, compassion for those that are struggling, because until we all get free, we're not going to be free, and it's really about remembering that place of connection. There's something about this. There's something about this that's really coming through. So um, connect with the Sophia energy. Connect with the Sophia energy within you. And I feel like there's some piece in this that will also help to awaken you to see this divinity, this beauty, this gorgeous, goddess energy, God energy in all who cross your path, no matter where they're at or what they're grappling with. This is what wants to come through. So I will be dropping in with you all tomorrow. I'll see you then.